Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also get me on my Facebook page, True Divine 44, and it is the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. Any likes, shares, subscribes, comments are greatly appreciated, and much love to everybody who's doing that thus far. The comments I'm finding are helping others also to see other people within the same energetic cycles and giving people encouragement just to know that they're not alone, whether it is good or bad. So this is for the 22nd of October 2020. It's where I combine energy work that I do to pick up on the energies of the day, psychic intuition, however you want to label it, and combine tarot to bring you a narrative that helps guide you and support you on your day about the energies that might be within you, within others, and around you. Take what resonates and leave what does not, as it is general. So this being the 22nd, it's going to feel harsh for those that this resonates with, but this is a good thing, like really good thing. So we've got the King of Cups, who would usually be, and he's upright, a beautiful, powerful, emotionally balanced energy, but we've got him in reverse. This is where we are dealing with, if you have been dealing with this, it's where I'm picking up on energies that come across as all compassionate, all sweetness and light, all love and light, namaste. But on the underneath, there's this jealousy, there's this ulterior motive. They want to be adored for being this love and light person, but behind closed doors with the closest to them, they actually hold people to the coals, in that they hold people to their past mistakes. They hold people to their the past things that they've said and done all of the time. Even if it's not said, it's an undercurrent within the relationship. Now, this could be within a partnership, business partnership, lovers, friends, whatever, siblings. It depends how it resonates with you. This is a very difficult energy to deal with, because those that I'm picking up on, it is initially, there is love there, that you have love for this person. And yes, you have made mistakes, but we all have. But instead of you being able to transmute through those mistakes and not be held to them, just use them as tools on your magician's table for your future to not go back there. There has been this, it's the type of energy, and I'm just going to be real plain here. It's the type of energy that saves somebody maybe in a situation from themselves, that swoops in, nurses, supports, but then as soon as that is done, that is remembered. And every time you trip up there afterwards, that is reminded to you. So that's an uncomfortable position to be in, and it's a difficult position to get out of, because on the surface, everybody deems this person the compassionate and emotionally balanced, when you know it to be different. But at the same time, you get fooled even by other people's perceptions. So there's a bit of cognitive dissonance going on here. But it's been draining you. If this resonates with you, it's been draining, it's been limiting, and you're not happy in the situation that you're in. And so with that being said, we have the Page of Swords coming in. And this Page of Swords energy, to clarify, it is a tenacious, truth-seeking, truth-telling energy, that the truth will out no matter what. And so this might be that somebody outside of yourself comes in, a friend, a relative, to speak some home truths to you, to the type of situation you've been in for too long. It might be that this Page of Swords represents you speaking truth to you regarding what has been going on and the situation that you're in. Or it may be, and this is going to sound very strange, the perpetrator that would represent this King of Cups in reverse, actually speaking out truths without even realizing it, or maybe thinking they've got you trapped enough that they just can't do that, that makes you think, what? That's what I've been thinking about. And so there's that kind of scenario. Now on the collective stage, look out for this. Look out for the very perpetrators of being the King of Cups in reverse. On the face of it, all passionate and nice and you know, liberal thinking, to really saying some truths that make them absolutely trip themselves up. Look out for that today. That's an important thing that is going to happen at some point today. That is, you'll recognize it when you see it. So please leave a comment about it if you see it before I do. But it's a difficult energy because there is love there. Even if it's on from the collective stage that you've been a supporter of someone or something, there is love there. Whatever end of the spectrum of love you're talking about will be different to how this resonates with you. But it is difficult initially to feel these energies, but at the same time, there's a liberation to it, because deep down you've known that this has been going on in your life or within whatever this relationship is to you. We have in the next cards, we have the 10 of Pentacles, again in reverse. So in the immediate, it may feel today like your world gets turned upside down, that everything where you live, maybe where your office is, maybe it might be, and I do feel sorry, but send empowering energies to anybody who this resonates with, that who are having mortgage problems right now, who are having the threat of their home to being lost. I'm sending you empowering energies for that, and it does get better, depending on the steps that you take. So we see that all of a sudden we're in a bit of a tailspin, because everything that we've known, everything that we've maybe put up with this energy for, whether it be on the collective stage or in our personal lives, the ties, the financial ties, all of a sudden mean nothing. So at the same time, for some people, it is sorrow, and worry, the mortgages, the difficulty paying and whatnot, the rent. But then on the other side, the scenario is of liberation, because they are the very things that maybe helped tie you into this situation, the financial commitments, all of the things that go along with long-term relationships, again, whether it be in business or home life. So we have to clarify this card. We have the Death card. And so this is a huge transition, in that the 10 of Pentacles, regardless of whether it is in reverse or upright, is the ending of a cycle. But the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, you maybe have tried to maybe cling on a little bit like you have in the past, and maybe tried to survive it, to keep the status quo with the first two previous cards. But with this Death card coming in, this is a strong energy of no, enough is enough. There's a death to something. There's a death to the situation that you've been in, the relationship as it is. There's a death to even the environmental circumstances, like the homes, the cars, things like that, that all of a sudden you've had enough truth be spoken to you, or you've spoken enough truth to yourself, that all of that means nothing. There's just this energy swooping in of, you're okay to let this turn to mulch, you're okay to let these leaves drop and nourish the next ground that you stand upon, that you build upon. Again, lessons learned. On the collective stage, please look out for quite a prominent death today. I don't know who that is. It feels like it's a male, but there'll be some ties to it, some release of information because of it, maybe a little bit after the death or the announcement of the death. We have the next card being the Sun card. So this is where I said it gets better, because it feels like you've been under this spell, if this resonates with you. this entrapment that looks all nice and sweet and cushy and compassionate, and you know, I can hear my granny's voice in that there's a couple of people within the family that were quite narcissistic, not very narcissistic, and but on the face of it, they were meek and mild and compassionate and generous to others, yet would do things that would upset people in the family. And my granny's saying, but they're kind. They do this, they do that and so, but it was more, and it wasn't an offer of real kindness that's just given and forgotten about, just given, no ties, no strings. It was always to hold somebody to the calls later, or remind them of how kind they'd been when they wanted to be an extortionist, when they wanted to extort something back, usually something bigger than was what was ever given in the first place. So it feels like this spell work, for whatever reason, whatever energies are coming in here, is being shattered. It's being dissolved. It's being, it's like a mist lifting so that you can see, especially with this 10 of Pentacles and this Death card, what would feel like a curse in the home life being shook up, the home turf, even the hometown being shook up, and the death of some ways of being in your physical reality would feel like a burden and a curse at first, is absolutely a liberation. And then we get the promise of that with this Sun card. All of a sudden, this spell that you've had over you is like there's this enlightenment, there's this bright light that can help you see, that can help you know the direction where you've been and where you need to go to forward. This is liberation. And for those that resonate with this reading, this is a real feeling of bliss and joy that you haven't felt for the longest time, if ever at all. A real feeling of freedom, which is why I said it gets better, because that is a brilliant energetic force to be not just for yourself, but to be putting out there into the field for the collective consciousness to pick up on. The more people liberating themselves, the better in their individual lives, because like we've spoken about many times before, that has a direct effect on the collective consciousness, which has a direct effect on the reality that we can create. So the 10 of Cups clarifies this card. So this is why I'm smiling now, because to go from such darkness into such light in what seems like a split second, you've put up with this for so long, and this enlightenment happens, and boom, that's it. And it's so liberating and beautiful when you see that, when you see people breaking through spell work that has been low frequency and creating their own magic of high frequency, of alignment, of knowing themselves again, or enjoying the prospect of getting to know themselves again. This brings in true joy, true alignment, true bliss with this 10 of Cups. And again, it is the ending of a cycle where we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the reality that you've put up with and known for so long. You realize that there is so much more for you to gain, that you have been fooling yourself to think that that was all you could attain, all you could enjoy. When this Death card comes in, then the Sun card, and then we have the 10 of Cups in its upright. That is huge. It's a huge shift. It's that mist lifting, it's that veil being peeled away. And so with that being said, on the collective stage, we see that there are going to be big shakeups. There's this death that I'm picking up on, particularly regarding a male, a prominent male in the public eye. Some kind of enlightenment coming from that, both in individual lives and on the collective stage. Some kind of ability to release information, because of this death happening. And then this 10 of Cups, this is all a huge shift of old cycles ending and new cycles beginning. So if this resonates with you at the start of this energetic cycle, at the start of this day, or if you've been going through what would be the King of Cups in reverse and the Page of Swords to lead up to this day, know that your day will get better, your week will even get better. You will be lifting some serious manipulation and extortion out of your life, lifting yourself and liberating yourself from that and creating something brand new and aligned and beautiful and full of possibilities rather than limitations. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Moon card in reverse, and this is where this backs up the feeling with this King of Cups in reverse. This is nasty, low frequency energy. You know, these are the people that would smile at you to your face and stab you in the back. These are the people that would, you know, be all love and light, maybe memes, you know, and then, but in reality, creating havoc in other people's lives. There's lies, manipulation, control. And so this is why this is so powerful if this resonates with you, because it's really liberating you from a huge low frequency entrapment. And then on the collective stage, I claim this to resonate with me, because I claim this with intent to say that this will happen today. There will be another moving part or other moving parts that will create this liberation and enlightenment that will really shake up the ground that these manipulators have been walking upon, that have been building upon in our minds, and create some truth, create some joy and bliss and enlightenment in that. So I put intent out there that I claim this as far as collective stage aspect goes. I claim this for everybody as far as collective stage aspect goes. We have the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the other deck. There is this release of the divine feminine creative source energy within yourself, if this resonates with you, but also in the collective consciousness, which is again huge. This huge mother-like but compassionate, creative, sensual, sexual energy, recognition of the difference between sexual energy and sacred sexual energy, that true creative source, you know, that infinite womb of possibilities. And that goes for whether you are male or female, but in particular, the females today will be feeling this sensual, creative spark. Go with it, do something with that, create something with that, put it to good use, manifest it into the physical. However you're driven to do so, you'll create something beautiful and you'll enjoy yourself doing it. So that is the reading for the 22nd of October 2020. I hope it helps you, and I claim this with intent on the collective stage aspect for everybody, that this shake-up occurs, that this enlightenment happens, and that we can be liberated that bit more from the control and manipulation that we have been under. Much love, stay balanced and stay whole. If you would like a private reading with me, any energy work sessions, any spiritual guidance sessions, hook up with me at truedivinemedia@gmail.com, or you can shoot me a private message on Facebook on my business page at truedivine44. Other than that, stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to be putting the oracle card up, maybe on video here, but I will be putting it up on Instagram, the True Divine, for sure. So much love, stay balanced, stay whole. Mwah. Appreciate you all.